Hello everyone, I am Tela, and today we're going to play as Muscovy in Europa Universalis 5. This is where we left off last time. We consolidated the Muscovite lands and broke the Tether yoke, even if it was by mistake. Now our goal in this episode 2 will be very simple, because all we want to do is to form Russia. For this we'll have to improve our economy and fight endless wars against Novgorod, Lithuania and the Golden Horde. This video can be used as a guide to learn not only about Muscovy and Russia, but also for most of the game mechanics. And if you'd like to see a third part about it, let me know by liking, subscribing and leaving a comment below. But don't forget to check part 1 if you haven't already. Link will be in the description. Now, enough with the yapping, so let's get to it. And as I can see, I was about to get coalitioned, so I'll need to stabilize a bit before continuing to fight in this area. Now I can also see my control was very low in certain areas, so it's time to start urbanizing. I'll build towns in my locations with lumber, fiber crops, stone and so on. Then I'll just build more roads everywhere so I can get more proximity. Now I also see I'm not married to anyone, so let's fix this very easily. And last but not least, we are about to finish achieving cultural and religious unity in our capital. We might get some Novgorodian and Ryazanian pops after annexing our subjects, but this is no problem because I plan to accept all Russian cultures. That's also why I'm still leaning more towards spiritualist instead of humanist, as you can see. We are now going to start improving their opinion of us with these 3 subjects we have in this area, because we eventually want to integrate them. But do not forget about passing your union policies in your union. This is because you don't only want to annex your subjects as in the vassals, you also want to integrate your junior partners eventually. So to do this you need to keep improving and passing the union policies. This is a nice event actually. I mean, these options are decent already, but this one gives us some paper on our market. And yeah, we don't produce any paper, so getting these options seems like the best for me. Also, I just realized we don't have the materials to build a royal garden, but we finally have the materials to build a royal court and a sergeantry, so we are going to build those 2 in our capital. Ideally, we would like to do this on the first years of our campaign, unless we are planning to move our capital, but we couldn't because of lack of materials. But now we can do it, so we are going to do it. After literacy maxing, our next focus on the advances tree will be getting the Deus Vult Casus Belli. This is because we are going to fight Perm and the Golden Horde very soon, especially the Golden Horde. We are going to fight them many times, so if we can get a Casus Belli by just spying instead of having to wait until we can get a Casus Belli via the parliament, then why not? Let's do it. We are now going to fabricate a claim on Novgorod because we want to unite these 2 vassals. Also because I can fabricate the Casus Belli on Lithuania later, they aren't Orthodox. So the only one who I actually need to get a Casus Belli through Parliament is Novgorod. Well, Ryazan too, of course, but I only need to do it once with Ryazan. But I'll need to do it more than once with Novgorod. So yeah, we have the claim, so now let's wait until we get a diplomat and let's declare on them. Now we have finally finished annexing Kolomna, the vassal we released at the start of the game because we had very low control on these locations. And as you can see, we now have a lot of maximum control on these locations, so this is a huge win. But let's not get distracted by this, let's declare on Novgorod, just like this. Now, our plan in this war is to take as much land as we can from them without getting coalitioned. So, yeah, do this little test to see how much can you take. In my case, for example, this is everything I can take from them without getting coalitioned. Now, the thing is, I also need to start improving opinion with some of these guys. And yeah, I think I'll do some of the Lithuanian vassals Or actually no, I don't think it's a problem to get coalition by them because they can't declare on me because they are a vassal of Lithuania. So yeah, I think we are completely fine without even starting to improve opinion of anyone. I am also going to try to not fight this war at all because, as you should know, raising your levies takes a huge hit on your economy because your peasants will stop working on the land and go to war, and the hit will be even bigger if those peasants die. So I'll try to let my vassals go and fight the war for me, and if this goes wrong, I'll just raise my levies and fight myself. But I hope I don't need to do so. And the plan ended up going well, so let me separate piece these guys, just so I can farm some prestige from humiliation, and then piece out Novgorod for what I actually wanted. Now of course I am not going to keep all of this land for myself, this would make no sense, because I have no way to get control in this place, right? Now there is something I want to do before releasing this as subject, and this is accepting Novgorodian as a culture in my country. However, apparently I have to wait a whole month tick, so let's do this. Nice, it worked. So let me accept Novgorodian, just like this. Now, once I start integrating other subjects, such as this one, who are Novgorodian, I'll instantly get cores on this land. Now it's time to create custom fiefdoms all over this place, except on this little location right there. Instead I'm going to give it to my vassal Torozok, just like this, seed location, and grant it to them. I've also realized these guys down there are neither Novgorodian or Muscovite, they are instead Ingrian. So we're going to go to open all diplomatic actions, subject actions, and enforce culture. Yes, they will be very disloyal, but it's worth the effort. Eventually they'll become loyal, and once we integrate them, this land will be Muscovite. And as I want to keep pushing towards centralization, I need to fix some states. So as you can see, I'm losing some centralization because of market fairs, so the only thing I can do is going to market fairs and removing it. Eventually I'll fix the feudal administration law. However, I need to get it by a parliament act, because it's too expensive to change laws without a parliament act. Now we've just finished advancing for Deus Vult, so we're going to start spying on Lithuania. Once we get enough spy network, we're going to fabricate a casus belli on anywhere actually, because all we want to get from them are these two vassals and these two locations that are part of the Toropets province. As you can see, we don't need much else from this place to form Russia, and yes, it would be better to just take all of their vassals, but I am not going to do this yet because I wanna LARP a bit and first form Russia and then try to unite the Slavs and so on. Now the next thing we're going for is max RGOs in towns and cities, because we are already starting to found some towns, and this other advanced formal city rights, because it makes founding towns way cheaper. Now I have already urbanized many locations where I already have a nice control, so the next thing I'm going to do is to go to the production tab and build some temples. This is because temples give a nice 5% extra control over these locations, and after these temples have finished being built, I'll go and make marketplaces to increase our trade advantage in our main node. Keep in mind that, as you can see, marketplaces and temples cannot be built in rural areas, and they are very good buildings, so this is also a key reason why we want to urbanize. However, as you can see, Tver has a huge debuff on their food production. This is because cities and towns produce less food. Now, this could be problematic if we depended on these locations' food production, but first of all, we don't depend on this location's food production, and second, I did not found a city in Ver, it was already a city before annexing my vassal Ver. So yeah, I'm going to downgrade it, but it's not the first place I would have liked to have a city on. That's also something funny. Every child I'm getting on my court, such as this one, is being either idiot or slow. My height is slow, for example. Just look at her. Yeah, RNG isn't being very helpful in this game, but we'll overcome it. Now, I'm obviously not going to grant these stupid kids an expensive education. I just gave them an admin education and let's see how good they become. Now, you might still be asking why I made so many fiefdoms instead of vassals in this land. And the answer I'd like to give you is that if you look at my ruler stats, you'll see they have increased. And no, it's not because I had passed this Parliament Act that support the state. As you can see, if you pass it, you give your ruler more stats. But I haven't passed this Parliament a single time. So if my ruler has gained stats and I didn't do this, support the state, I am assuming one of my fiefdoms did it for me. And yeah, if I get more fiefdoms, they can further increase my ruler stats. Now again, I'm not sure if this happens or if my ruler stats increased because of this. I can't exactly tell. But if this is what happened, then making fiefdoms is actually way more worth it than making vassals. This is so funny, I was 2 months away from declaring on Ryazan because, yeah, I was missing a diplomat. But again, one of my lesser partners did it for me, so I guess now I'm at war with Ryazan, Kiev and Chernihiv. If these guys had waited 2 months, we would be fighting only Ryazan, because Chernihiv and Kiev have good relations with me and they wouldn't have joined. So yeah, now let's also see what do these guys plan to give me. This wasn't what I expected, but anyway, we'll overcome this too, I guess. Never mind, cleansing of heresy has been changed in some parts, and I didn't notice. So now you can't fabricate this casus belli unless you are an actual neighbor of the nation you want to declare on. So yeah, we'll need to get claims on Lithuania by using our parliament. Our junior partner gave us a lot of land I didn't ask for, so I had to release 4 more fiefdoms on this place. Now we are still not even close to any of the institutions, so we're going to get stability investment and legislative efficiency. Once we start getting some institution, either of them, we will go and take institution growth from the Age of Traditions, but until then we're going to keep advancing on everything else. I'm also going to take monthly diplomats because why not? And yeah, just wait until we start getting institutions. Now, I still don't have the materials to build a royal garden, but I do have the materials to build a chancery, which increases the efficiency of our cabinet, so we are going to build it as soon as possible. So now we have an issue, and the issue is that we can't take provinces from Reserve or Turopets, and we can't either make them a vassal, even if we have occupied them, right? This is because the casus belli we used was claim throne. As you can see, this war is called the First War of the Lithuanian Succession, and the casus belli is claim throne. So what would make sense is if we check this option and make Polotsk join Muscovy in a union, which was the original casus belli, and the thing we declared for, this should allow us to then take provinces from Reserve, Toropets, or whoever, right? Well, the game seems to be disagreeing with this, and the only way to take provinces from these guys is to actually annex Polotsk instead of making it a union, which, if you ask me, doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do is to try to change this casus belli, the claim throne casus belli, to no CB. How do we do this? Well, there's some bug I discovered on the week 1 of the game, and I don't know if it has been fixed yet, but we can only test it out. So The thing is, if we wait until the 1st of January, the game will be saved because of Iron Man rules and so on. And then we can instantly Alt F4 and check if the war changes to an OCB war. So let's go ahead and Alt F4. So we get rolled back to the 1st of October instead of the 1st of January, which isn't a big deal. But the thing is, the bug was fixed, so we can't take what we wanted. And yeah, instead, let's see if I can make them release these guys. Because yeah, there's no way for me to take these provinces, so I'll make them release them. That might work, maybe not now, but I might be able to take these later. Or even diplo-vassalize them if I have good relations with them. So let me make them release these guys, and these guys, and maybe Vitebsk too. Can I do this? No, I can't. Well, I can if I keep pushing the war, but I don't think this is the smartest move right now. So let me cancel this and just wait until we can send this demand. Actually, getting war score for Vitebsk was easier than I expected, so let's send the demand, making them release Rozev, Tropets and Vitebsk. We are definitely not going to diplo-vassalize these guys. Their antagonism was way better when they were a vassal of Lithuania for some reason. Now I just revoked this very bad state privilege, and I think I'm going to stop spending on stability because I don't want to remove any other privilege right now. So yeah, let's just stop spending in this and get more money to keep urbanizing our country. Let's also make a claim on Novgorod right now, just so Sweden doesn't keep fighting them. So yeah, as you can see, Sweden has taken some of the locations we need to form Russia. It's not much, so it's not a big deal, but we want to avoid this to keep happening. So we're going to declare on Novgorod. Let's also make these guys a fiefdom, because we couldn't do it earlier. We might risk a coalition, but at this point I don't even care. And this is the piece that I'm going to make. You might call it border gore, and honestly I can disagree with you, because this looks ugly as fuck. But yeah, we do what has to be done. If we don't do this, then Sweden will start invading Russia, and this is something we can't let happening. So we're going to send this demand, and we're going to get this pop-up, and as always we're going to dissolve the patriarchate. Then we're going to do the usual with what we have just conquered. We're going to go to create subjects, check if we can release any historical subject. We can't, so we're going to do custom fiefdoms, just like this, in every location we've got, except on these two little locations, which I'm going to give to Rostov. Also, if you were wondering, yes, some of these guys aren't Novgorodian, so yes, as you might be guessing, we're going to have to enforce our culture on them, just like this. And in case you were wondering, these guys weren't the only ones without Muscovite or Novgorodian culture. These two guys are also Pomor, which I don't even know what this is, but we're going to erase it. At this point, you might want to know, how do I plan to integrate 30 subjects, or more, because we still need way more locations, in order to form Russia? And yeah, I'd like to know how do I do this too, because I have no clue, honestly. This this is so messed up. You know what, at this point I might just declare on Novgorod and the Golden Horde, and Perm of course, and just take the locations for myself and release everyone later as a subject. The thing is, while we did this as Spain, I don't know if it's viable as Muscovy, because Spain was like, I don't know, like I only had to conquer Aragon and then release these guys, Mallorca, as a vassal, and then Catalonia and Valencia. So this was, what, 2 wars, I think? This will be definitely more than 2 wars. So I don't know how to play around this, honestly. These guys formed a coalition, so let's just make them disappear from the map. I can't annex Rzev because Nizhny Novgorod has taken a location for themselves for no reason at all. And unless I vassalize or fully annex these guys, they are never going to leave the coalition. So yeah, I'm going to just make both of them a fiefdom, take some money and send the demand, just like this. Now I'm obviously not going to get coalitioned again, but the thing is I've just wasted so many locations that I would have liked to annex for myself. So yeah, we'll see how this goes later. I still have to fight the Golden Horde, so it might actually go well. I don't know, but we'll see. The coalition disbanded. Now the thing is, this is something that's actually not going well in my country. I don't know why is it taking me decades to assimilate 1k Media guys. Like, it makes no sense to me. They are Orthodox. It's not like they can't be converted because they have a different religion. They don't. We are 100%. Whoa. We're not. We're not. It might be because of this, right? Yeah, I think so. Let me fix this. So actually, complaining and ranting has a purpose after all. Like, if I hadn't complained, I wouldn't have realized why are these guys not being assimilated into Muscovite. Now let me declare on Ryazan with the claims on province, Casus Belli, and unless Nizhny Novgorod has a word on this, I should be able to fully annex them. So let's declare war. And yeah, right now I'm about to get the legislative efficiency from the age of the Renaissance, and I don't really need anything else. Like, everything is pretty useless aside from maybe some satisfaction equilibrium with the nobility, but yeah, nothing is very useful. So I'm going back to the age of the traditions, and I'll get monthly diplomatic capacity because I have a lot of subjects, and institution growth because why not? I mean, it's definitely more useful than a Mediterranean galley. Now, having so many subjects was definitely good. Look how great this guy is. He was at, I don't know, 50 something diplomatic ability, and now it's about to hit 100 on every single ability. So yeah, making fiefdoms is definitely the way to go. They're better than vassals, way better than vassals, just because of this stats increase on your ruler. So this time it wasn't Nizhny Novgorod who had a word against me fully annexing someone, but instead it is Vladimir. However, unless I'm going to get coalitioned, I think I'm still going to take everything I can and give some random location to Vladimir, because I can't make any other subject. Like, it's getting so hard to manage all of them, especially because I don't know how how on earth can I annex every single guy. So let me take some money before annexing them and send demand. Now, as I said, I am not going to release any subject. I'll just tank the overextension. I don't know if there's overextension in this game, but I'm going to tank the zero control over all of these locations. And also I'm going to start spying on the Golden Horde and on Perm, because yeah, now I can fabricate a casus belli on the Golden Horde, and once I take the locations up there to border Perm, I'll be able to declare on Perm as well. So yeah, this is the plan right now, expanding eastwards, and as soon as I get a Parliament Act that I can use to get a claim on Novgorod, I'll fully annex them too. I almost forgot though, I have to tolerate these two guys and accept Ryazanian. Can I accept Smolenskian too? Yes, I can, so let's go ahead. As I said, I want to accept every Russian culture. You know what? I'm going to start annexing Vladimir. so I'll be able to take this location down there. Okay, don't ask me how, but I am able to fabricate a casus belli on Perm, even though I don't border them, while I wasn't able to do it on Lithuania. So something's definitely wrong, but I don't know how or what it is, so I'll just take it and declare on Perm once I get the casus belli. On the meantime, I'll declare on Novgorod, and I hope I can fully annex them in this war. Let's see if it's possible. Well, it seems like it's not, so yeah, I'll have to wait and declare on them for a second time after this one. This is the peace deal. We take as much as we can and a little bit of money to make the truce a bit longer. Then we send the demand. I find funny how we look so big and massive, but then you look at our land and realize we're definitely not massive and not big at all. Like we lack so much control. But so does the Great Horde, so I guess we're not doing as bad as we think, right? We can now also declare on Perm, so let's go ahead. Now, I hope I can actually fully annex these guys. Let me see. Yeah, definitely not. It will be 2 wars against Perm too. Okay. At least we now have a fully maxed ruler, and honestly I did not expect this 5th dome thing to go so well. At least when it comes to ruler stats, right? Because when it comes to actually forming Russia, it didn't go that well. At this point, let's go for noble estate satisfaction equilibrium and everything in this branch. Everything that has something related to military, because again, even if this is useless, at least it is less useless than Mediterranean galleyship. And before anyone says, yo, military stuff isn't useless, well, it is if you are not fighting. I don't fight a single war, I just make my vassals fight it. So yeah, it is useless, at least for me. Let's peace out Perm, and again leave it like this until we can release some subjects. Let's also declare on the Golden Horde. I think, even if I don't raise my levies, my vassals should be able to beat the Golden Horde. If I see they're struggling, I'll just raise my levies and help them, but I don't think I'll need to do so. So let's go ahead. Now the thing is, I don't know what to take from the Golden Horde. Ideally, I'd like to take everything from there to cut the Kievan and Halikian expansion, well, also and especially the Hungarian expansion, but we'll see, because I think I would get coalitioned if I did this, so we'll see. I just realized creating colonial charters was an option, so I might just go and do it. Now let's select Kolomna, for example. Let's send colonists from Kolomna and let's see what happens. Probably sending people from my non-integrated areas is better, but I don't know if the fact that I don't have them integrated has some kind of debuff on the actual colonies. So just in case I'm doing it from Kolomna, but if any of you guys knows the answer to this, let me know, because yeah, it would be nice to know. Just leave it somewhere in the comments or write me by Discord. You can either PM me or join my Discord and write it here. Well, apparently the best I can do is this, and it's not exactly what I'd like to piece them out for, because yeah, as you can see, if we go to form new country and select Russia, I am going to take a lot of provinces I don't really need. But if I took only what I needed to form Russia, then they would reject the peace deal because they would be so segmented or something like that. So my only option is to make this. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks ugly, so ugly, but there's nothing else I can do, so I'll just send anyone like this. Now I am not going to get coalitioned at least yet, because the Hansa and Below Zero are actually in a coalition against me. But I'm going to wait until Novgorod joins it too, and then I'm going to declare on Novgorod to annex Below Zero and Novgorod in the same war. So yeah, and aside from this, all I need to do is to wait until my truce with the Golden Horde is over, and yeah, just conquer them until I am able to form Russia. Also, my truce with Novgorod is over, so let me make a claim on them. And then, yeah, maybe also let me actually get this Parliament Act done, because I want to speed up my integration, really. I really need to speed up my integration. Now, let me see if they have joined the coalition already. No, they didn't. So, I'll wait a few months until they do, and then I'll declare on them. Apparently, we also did a lot of urbanizing, so now we need to build temples and marketplaces everywhere. Let's go ahead. Well, Novgorod doesn't seem to be willing to join the coalition, so I'm going to declare on them right now. I hope this time I'm able to fully annex them. So, I mean, I should be able to do so, unless Nizhny Novgorod has a war against me. And with it, we can finally annex Novgorod. We are of course going to dissolve the Patriarchate, and yeah, this is beautiful. Now, it would have been way easier to just make them part of the Union and peacefully integrate them, as the game wants us to do. But as I said on the first video, Novgorod tends to just break out of the Union for no reason at all. So yeah, we were forced to do this to them. Now, our next goal would be integrating Perm and Below Zero, because as soon as I declare on Perm, Below Zero will join, because they are in the coalition. Now the thing is, as you can see, I am about to get... oh, never mind. I thought if these guys popped up and provoked a civil war, I was about to be cooked. But I'm not, because I thought they were going to pop up from every single location that I haven't integrated. And yeah, this would have been an unwinnable civil war. But it doesn't seem to be the case, so yeah, I don't have to worry. My plan was to wait until these guys were about to pop, then declare the war, then raise all of the levies, and then get the civil war. And if you raised all of your levies before a civil war started, then this rebel state, say the Muscovite nobles, they would have no troops at all. They would be at 0 troops, because we would have had them raised before the war started. This is some very cool trick you can use, guys. But yeah, we are not going to need to use this in this run, so let's just declare on Perm. Let's just get religious icon power and supply limit. Like, there's nothing else we can pick anyway. Let's select religious war and declare. Now our goal is very simple. We're going to separate PC below 0 by fully annexing them, and then we're going to fully annex Perm. I'd like to vassalize the Hansa, but they do not own Lubeck, and as long as they do not own Lubeck or any of their vassals, then you cannot occupy it, and if you can't occupy it, then you can't vassalize the Hansa. Now we're gonna piss them out, and the only target we have left is the Golden Horde, but they are about to get destroyed by the Timurids. So we might have to fight the Timurids to form Russia, which is, yeah, very unexpected. But only time will tell how this unpacks, so let's wait. This is one of the best events you can get as Muscovy or Russia, because as you can see, it gives you access to the Vestiarium law, which is exclusive to Muscovy and Russia. No one else can get this, and it lets you pick between diplomatic focus, which gives you send gift cost, pretty much useless, but Diplo Rep is actually very good, and improved relations is even better if you are planning to annex as many vassals as we are going to integrate in this game. And the administrative focus gives you urban buildings cost, huge. Monthly control, this one's decent. I mean, it's not max control, it's only monthly control, so it's and expected cost of court, which isn't that good early on, but scales later on as once you grow your economy enough. So I am going with administrative focus because even if diplomatic focus would be better for me right now, I don't want to change this law later. So yeah, I'm going to stick with administrative from the start. I was about to declare on the Golden Horde because I just finished building my cleansing of heresy casus belli, and if I click there, it just doesn't show up, so yeah, I'll have to wait and make another one, but it makes no sense. I don't know why this happened. Now I'd like to embrace the Renaissance because it's the best among all of these three by a huge margin, but it hasn't spread enough to my population, so I'll have to go with banking. There I'll go with bureaucracy because of the centralized bureaucracy. As you can see, this gives us more progress to centralization, which is always good. And then I'll go with trade range because we want to have more trade range so the institutions spread quicker to us. And then I might get max literacy, but I think by the time I get to max literacy, I'll be able to get the Renaissance, so I won't do it yet. Maybe later. I just realized we should have waited until we got the Renaissance instead of going for the banking. But it is what it is. Let's drop our stability to negative 100. It's definitely worth it. So let's stop researching this thing and let's go into this side instead. We're going to take cultural influence, not because it's good, but because we now can go this way. Possible government reforms, huge, and then we go for cabinet seats and crown power. Then we need to go with chancery max level, and we can go back to minting threshold and bureaucracy. Remember when on the first episode we were preparing to declare on the Golden Horde, but Vladimir did it instead of us? And then they broke the yoke and they said, whoa, this was anticlimactic. It just happened again. It just happened again. Okay, I guess. So, yeah, let's see what can we get from this war. I mean, we'll get way less than we would have got by declaring by ourselves. Like, we would have taken what? Let me show you what we would have taken. I mean, that's not so much, but definitely way more than what we're getting with Novgorod declaring the war. Anyway, I mean, there's a reason why I am integrating Nizhny Novgorod. The reason is very simple. I don't want them to be around. Like, they do this kind of bullshit, and I can't stand it anymore, honestly. I swear I can't wait to finish integrating Nizhny Novgorod. These idiots are managing to lose the war while the Golden Horde has half of their country occupied. It makes no sense. Like, look how many battles they lost. It's insane. At least we get to go for royal decree now. Actually, I'm just going to do a separate piece. I'll do this. I'll take everything up there to not let the Golden Horde take anything from Nizhny Novgorod, and I'll just send the demand, because again, I can't stand having Nizhny Novgorod. Like, they are so stupid. There we are, and now they are, I don't know, I think they're losing, but I couldn't care less. Awesome, we finally got rid of Nizhny Novgorod. Also, they were piss poor, like I got only 40 ducats from integrating them. Anyway, now our focus will be on annexing small subjects to get to the locations we need to form Russia quick enough. Now I've got a question for you guys. Do you see this? Pomorie? The county of Pomorie Well, why are there only 4 pops in, in Pomoriye and all these 4 are peasants? How does this even happen? Like, they have 4 locations and there's only 1 peasant in every location. Look at this. Also, they are Novgorodian. For some reason, these guys weren't Novgorodian on the start. They were, I don't know, I think they were Finnish or something. And now they're Novgorodian. Not Muscovite, not nothing. Novgorodian. How? I know that my income seems low if you only check the balance, but it's not low actually. It's just that I'm spending almost 70 ducats on colonies. And I don't think I'm going to regret it because I want to finish forming Russia as soon as possible. I'll go for diplomatic reputation on the advanced tree now. Because, yeah, I'm actually playing a very diplomatic game. Even if, yeah, one wouldn't expect to do this as Muscovy. I mean, this is a very interesting pop-up to tell me I don't have a truce with them anymore. Like, I guess it's fine if they join a coalition. The thing is, who else is going to join a coalition? How are they calling this a coalition? This is a one nation coalition. How does this make sense? Anyway, yeah, now I'm going to just reward their stupidity. Let me select religious war. We are slightly weaker. We're not slightly weaker. This looks like a very sad peace deal for 100% war score. Like it's only a bit of the coast in Crimea. I wonder how many more wars will this take. Like, could I declare on Genoa actually? I guess I can. So if I declare on them and then on these guys. Oh yeah, no, I'm not fighting the Ottomans. I might actually truce break the Golden Horde, like it seems the most viable strategy right there. That and of course, getting locations from the colonies. Which, I don't know when will they end, let me check. Oh, most of them are at least halfway. Yeah, let's wait a bit then. Let's not truce break the Golden Horde yet. We might do it at some point after 2 wars maybe, but not yet. Let's wait. Now it's also time to take the professional armies institution and go straight for the armory building. Because yeah, I need a lot of manpower. On the Age of Discovery, we are, as always, going to take administrative focus. This is because of the efficiency of our cabinet, pop assimilation speed, speed of integration, and many more. Now that we have armories, we'll get the men-at-arms and then we'll go and take the Hofnis. So for some reason I can't understand, Halik has declared on me, but it's not like they have any chance, so yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why are they attacking me. Really, I don't understand why they declared on me. They just lost a 20k to 20k battle. I mean, it made no sense to declare on me. The only thing they are doing is delaying me so I can't declare on the Golden Horde as soon as I want to. But yeah, that's about it. Well, I expected to get more from this war as it was a defensive war. But I think taking these few provinces down there that are needed to form Russia, well, you know what I mean by needed, will be enough. So let me piece these guys out. Can I take some money? Yes. Send demand. Okay. Reject. Nice. Okay. I mean, it should work this time too. Okay, this time it did. For no reason it didn't work past time. Okay, whatever. Now let me spend some ducats on building an actual army and not Levi's to beat the Golden Horde easier. I mean, we might not be as prepared as we should, but if we wait more to declare on the Golden Horde, Chagatai will go and defend them, and I've never fought Chagatai in EU5, but in EU4 it was one of the most annoying tags in the game, not because they were strong, because they weren't, but because you had to siege down so many mountain forts, and yeah, they were just so annoying. So I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to see if Chagatai is as annoying in EU5, so I'm going to declare right now for religious war in, yeah, let me wait for 1 month tick. I'll stop improving opinions and then declare. There is no, not without a Katusvili, with religious war. Declare war. Now there's something that's triggering me, and it is the fact that, yes, I get that we are not stronger, even if we conquer so much land, because it's zero control land, right? I get that, it makes sense to me. Now the thing is, why aren't they becoming weaker? Because I've taken, like, I don't know, probably 100 locations from them, and they are still getting stronger every time. How does this work? They are losing a lot of land and still improving. How does this work? I mean, I don't get it, and it's kind of weird, but I guess the only way to know is to beat them in war, so yeah, let's go ahead. I swear I don't understand why are they supposed to be stronger. They're definitely not stronger. Like, also my army is 4 times bigger than theirs. They have no chance. Why did the tooltip say they could be stronger than us? I honestly don't get it. I don't get how EU5 calculates strength. Honestly, it just makes no sense to me. And again, I'm not even the attacker this time. Yeah, I don't get it. Can I piece them out? Oh, close enough. Okay, so now I can send it, send demand, okay. And we finally can form Russia. Woof. This was way harder than I expected. Let me click on it, okay. And now we are also an empire, right? Yes, we are. So if I let a month tick, we should be what, the third, fourth great power? I'm not so sure, but we should be very high. Let me disband all my Levi's and let 1 month pass. Oh wait, I can't disband these guys, can I? I think these are not mine, are they? Yes, they are. Now disband, and let's just wait a bit. And there we are. I thought we would be higher, but 7th great power is still huge. Now if we release some vassals, this should actually go higher, so let me do a little bit of setup. And actually let me also start a Duma, and whatever, I'm not going to complete this, I think. So let me go for outward and ask for law changes, distribution of power. Where is it? We've got this now, governing senate, which gives us plus 10% crown power, an additional cabinet seat, and more centralization. And this is exclusive to Russia, I think, because I just got it now after forming Russia. And also I just realized I have a 4th cabinet seat, so we will have 5. Whoa. Okay, so let me do a little bit of setup before concluding with this. So there is it. This is our actual rank. We are the 2nd greatest power, and I think we could be the first one if I released some more fiefdoms in these locations where I have zero control. but I'd rather integrate in them because they are 100% Russian, they are mostly Novgorodian, all of them. And I already have so many fiefdoms, so yeah, I don't think I need to release them. Also with 5 cabinet members and these 4 about to finish integrating their respective provinces, I would easily integrate everything here. What's this actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if this is 7 or 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we could actually freeze some more. Give me a second. First of all, let me get the counting house and this the university. Okay. Now that we are on the 11th of November of 1444, and as you can see, our income is 71. We are on positive stability. We have more than 2 million pops, 100 legitimacy. We gain prestige. We gain diplomats. We have a lot of manpower, and we will have a lot more after building more armories. And yeah, we're basically the second greatest power. We have 84 subjects while still being very centralized, and 75 of the, no, not 75, 74 of these subjects are fiefdoms, not vassals, meaning that your ruler will stack up to 100 on every skill after just a few years, because this is what fiefdoms do. Apparently we've discovered this in this game. Now the most obvious way to keep going with this is to integrate Rostov and any remaining vassal that's not a fiefdom, such as Smolensk, even though Smolensk is very rich and pays us very good money, so we could keep Smolensk around for a bit longer. But yeah, and then slowly integrate every fiefdom until you can get control everywhere. Keep building, playing tall on the locations we already own, and as you can see, we have very decent control in most of them. We will get way more after we finish integrating these provinces, not only because we will stop needing to integrate provinces, but also because of all of the extra cabinet actions that Russia has, such as this one is Polenia Zakonov, which gives you more monthly control and legislative efficiency, or Kazeni, that gives you tax efficiency and proximity cost. And these two cabinet actions are nationwide. It's not limited to a single province, so it's huge if you ask me. On top of that, you can do the classic increase province control if you need more control on a single province, and diplomatic endeavors if you are struggling with your subjects. As you can see, we seem to have too many relations, but as soon as we finish integrating these 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces, we will be so fine with this. We won't have this pop-up anymore. So yeah, this is Russia, apparently. I've got to say, it's not fun to form Russia, but I think playing as Russia after having formed it must be so fun. Like, once I formed Russia, I was about to say, guys, forget about part 3 because this has been so annoying. But actually, after seeing what we've just got after forming Russia, I'm kind of eager to play a part 3. So if you'd like to see it, let me know by, as always, liking, subscribing, leaving a comment below saying you wanna see it, and so on. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Muscovy to Russia, that's what we've done. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.